Is it possible to build an amazing Nintendo collection on the cheap in modern times? All right, so we are at 1UP Games, which is one of our favorite local game stores, on the hunt for one of the best Nintendo games ever released, Bubble Bobble. So let's see what they have. They have Side Pocket, got Tiger Heli. So Melissa did not grow up with NES, she grew up with Amiga. Are there any games on this shelf that you actually recognize or played at all?
I think we had this on Atari.
Okay, I think there was a version of Operation Wolf on Atari. $6 is great.
It was basically unplayable because it's so difficult.
That's a lot of games from this generation. There's a lot of really cheap games on here, even if they're not amazing, but oh, here it is. So this is Bubble Bobble.
The story of the game is you're trying to turn your parents back from monsters. So they're the bosses, and the bosses are like shooting bottles of alcohol at you. So it's this weird, like, your parents are like alcoholics, it seems like, and you're trying to turn them back to humans from monsters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got this weird symbolism thing going on.
Who would have knew? Every household is different, and not all of them feel like they can afford an amazing video game collection.
The reality of it is you don't need a lot of money to get the best games. Ooh, Laserdisc.
The unfortunate thing about modern times is that games like this, you can't really get anymore. They aren't available on modern consoles. The only way to play them is in their original form. There are a lot of other Bubble Bobble games out there, but if you want to play this one, gotta find it on Nintendo. We looked up the top 100 highest rated video games on every Nintendo console, and then we picked out the top 10 of them that cost less than $20 each. This is our Nintendo Quest. What's your most memorable NES game?
I would say maybe Super Mario 3, because I played that with everybody.
Yeah.
Played it at my friend's house, pulled all-nighters when I was a kid playing that game.
So like any good collection journey, we're going to keep track of it with a visual representation poster, and then we're going to put it on the shelf right below. Right now we're starting at the bottom of the Nintendo collection with Blades of Steel and Bubble Bobble. We're going to put them right on the shelf here below so you can follow along. We're also going to keep track of how much money we've spent on the collection as it goes, so you can see that even nowadays it's possible to create an amazing Nintendo collection for not a lot of money. Yeah, price isn't a factor. There are a lot of other games like Mega Man 2 and Castlevania, Final Fantasy that are just some of the best on the console, but they're pricey. Bubble Bobble isn't the only game we're looking for today. We're actually looking for Blades of Steel on NES as well, and I gotta tell you, we called 7 or 8 stores to see if anybody has it, and we finally found one, but even inexpensive games on the NES can be very hard to find nowadays. We're very fortunate to have stores like 1UP Games and many others in Phoenix. Being one of the largest cities in the country, not a lot of places give you that opportunity. If you're in a small town,
Alright, what are the buttons?
there's only 2. You might not have this option, and thank goodness there's a very large reselling community out there. They go hunting in the wild to find this kind of stuff, and they put it on eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and OfferUp, so that you have the option of buying it.
Fortunately,
In the event you don't have these stores, give that a shot. You can get the good games nonetheless. I have legitimately never played this game. So how's your first experience with this game?
good, but I think the B button is broken off this controller.
Your official last day of employment is today.
In June of this year, I was laid off from my high-profile tech job from over 12 years.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure working with y'all.
Being video game collectors, our purchasing habits have to change.
We've been known to make some huge purchases for our collection, and honestly, we've had a lot of fun doing it.
So now it's time to focus less on the gaming grills. It's time to focus on the best games.
Okay, so we're here at Fellow Games and it's very, very busy, but we found Blades of Steel and it's $7. Blades of Steel is one of those games that everybody played as a kid, whether you liked hockey or not, because it was just that good.
Except me. I never played it.
Except for you. But we're gonna pick it up anyways and see what other cool games they have. Willow game, complete in box, totally rad. Boy, that is something right out of the late 80s, early 90s for sure. And then so many amazing NES games, complete in box. Again, this is generally too expensive for this collection, but you gotta know they exist because they're incredible. This is about something we want, and we're gonna get that. I don't know if you knew this, but we're kind of into RPGs. The name of the channel might have hinted you that, but this we're buying and putting on our wall because it's a great game.
Yeah, you beat this game.
Did. We beat it and we loved it. A Fairchild Channel F, one of the first ever cartridge video game systems released. It's crazy seeing that in person. There's the cartridges for it. How cool is that? Of course, they have to have a glass shelf with all the most expensive games. And this is it. We've got, you know, casual $70, $130 RPGs, $100 sports games, and then all the big box stuff you could ever want. So once we're done picking up the top 10 NES games that are worth $20 or less, we're going to do the same thing for Super Nintendo, N64, all the other basically Nintendo consoles until we have all 50 games for our Nintendo Quest collection. I haven't played this game since I was really young. My dad and I used to play this game all the time when I was a kid. We're bringing you along with for that journey. How do you like hockey? So you're probably wondering, why the heck are we picking up all these games?
Not big on sports.
We have this giant video game collection at home. Well, the goal is to actually show everyone that even nowadays you can pick up an amazing Nintendo collection that's pretty affordable as well. It's a very simple hockey game with it's just pass and shoot, that's all you have, and then you can get into fights and stuff.
Yeah, we're talking high quality games.
Face Off! Alright, we found both games. It took a couple stores and a lot of phone calls, but now it's time to bring them home and put them on the shelf. Oh! From the mid-core!
Since I didn't grow up with the Nintendo, it's great for me to experience these games for the first time.
I think this game holds up today because it's so simple, and that's not something that NES games are very often, is simple.
Yeah.
In a world which everyone focuses on the most valuable games in the gaming grails, sometimes it's great to just focus on the best games.
I'm pretty sure my B button's still broken.
Oh no.
I'm terrible at platformers and anything that's not an RPG.
It's like you don't need to know how to play hockey to play this game, which is great. You're just like, pass to my teammate, shoot. Well, we'll have fun anyways, especially if there's two-player.
I'll give it a try. Daniel, carry me through this level.
We'll make it happen. It's finally time to put the games on the shelf. So first off, Bubble Bobble. We need to adjust that shelf. One moment. Okay, one last time. Bubble Bobble. Ah, much better. I like it. And Blades of Steel. Perfect. Thank you so much for watching and joining us on this Nintendo Quest. We hope you'll follow along with us on this journey and maybe even start a collection of your own. Comment below, what is your favorite Nintendo game that costs $20 or less? We're talking about the original Nintendo today, so we'd love to hear your thoughts. We'll see you next time.